Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today we're going to be trying to fix some 240 volt G9 LED little lamps here. So basically in my house I've got light fittings that they're very similar in near enough every single room. They have like 5 lights on them all pointing down, and they're all G9. So originally they were all halogen, which give off loads of light, but the problem is they use quite a lot of electricity, because if you ever felt how hot they are, most of the energy is going on the heat, I believe, rather than just the light. So I went over to LEDs in most of the rooms. Sometimes with the LEDs it can be a bit hard to film because it can strobe a little bit, so in certain rooms I've gone back to the halogen again. But I just went with cheap LEDs because I've had LED GU10s before, and it doesn't seem to make a difference whether I buy ones for £2 or £10. They all seem to last about a year and a half and then fail. Now the thing is, I don't have the lights on in my house all the time. It's just that they never seem to last as long as the packet says. So on here, I mean, it might not even say on here, but often it will say how many light out. There you go. So 30,000 hours. There's no way. I've had these for, I don't know, I would say in between 1 and 2 years, definitely no longer than that. It might not even be that long, it might be around a year. And already I've got 4 of them here that have failed, and before that I've had others that have failed. It's just that recently I thought, this is just within the last few months, I thought I'm going to collect up a few and then I'll try and do a video on it. So I want to kind of know is, why are they failing? If LEDs are supposed to last forever, why do they fail? Is it what drives them? So I popped one of these open, and obviously under the heat shrink here there's going to be something which gets it down from 240 volts to, I presume, whatever these are, and there's going to be other things in here as well, and maybe something here has burnt out. So maybe it's not a problem with the LEDs, maybe it's a problem with whatever's driving them, in which case then they're not lying. The LEDs will last for years, but the components that's driving them will not last for years. So like always, I've got one which is working, so I'm prepared to sacrifice this in order to get measurements for this other one here. But to begin with, what I'm going to do is, let's just have a look and see if anything becomes obvious. Let's crack them open, and yeah, just you never know, I might be able to use my meter and diode test or something, go across a few of them and see what happens. So I've already broken that one open. I've broken up another one as well. Yeah, that one's also come apart there. Let's break these two open as well. I mean, if it was the lights themselves that's gone, the LEDs, what I can do is I can use one of these, sacrifice a bad one to maybe fix the other 3. Now, don't copy what you see in this video. I haven't got, if you watch my videos, they're trying to fix. The reason they're trying to fix is because I've never done it before. So I'm going to be using the wrong terminology, could be doing the wrong things, I could be doing unsafe things. So never copy what you see in my videos. I'm doing this purely for education. I can buy these for whatever it was, £2 or something. It's not expensive. I might not, even if I fix them, I might not even be putting them back into service. It's just seeing if they are fixable. If, for example, I find something really obvious with it and I fix it and I'm completely confident, then yeah, I might put super glue back round here, put that back on and see how long they last. But if they failed once, I might only get another few weeks before it fails again. So let's try to break off the other 2. So I'm just trying to, there you go, I'm just trying to get the plastic off the end there. And this one here. Actually, before that, I should show you that none of these are working, because otherwise you might think that I've just done it with working ones. So I've got little lights here, and if you have a look, there's LEDs in here at the moment, so let's pop them out. Not LEDs, beg your pardon, these are halogens. I shouldn't be touching them with my fingers. Right, okay, so look at these 2. Can you see? Nothing happens. If you look really closely, you can see that there is tiny little lights on there, look. In fact, maybe that would be the way to see if any of them have gone dead. Is that second one working? Second one doesn't look good, does it? Let's go around this side. Actually, this is probably a way to tell. I'm just going to turn the lights off and then we'll be able to see. Might be just an LED problem. Oh yeah, look, you can really see now. Right, so there's 4 there, 4 there, 4 there, but that second one doesn't look great. 4. As far as I can see, there's 4 all the way around, but some of them do look dimmer than others. Well, they're certainly all lit up. And these two. Oh, okay, that one's working. Why is that one working now? Hold on, maybe that's the good one. Oh no, did I break that one open? No, the good one's in here. Maybe that one's flickering or something. Certainly seems to be okay now, doesn't it? Right, did I break that one up? Yes, I did. That's annoying. Well, I'm going to keep that one to one side, but you can see that the others are not working, so that one there is not working, and yet you can see it's glowing again. Right, so let's work on these three and see if we can see what's wrong with them. I can't see properly now, all I can see is lights in my eyes. Right, so I'm just going to give that a little bend. Let's try to break the seal. That's not wanting to break this one. Oh, right, okay, so I've broken that one completely, but there we go, that's going to be my donor one. So I actually probably could just solder it back on. Probably could solder it back on there, but I need a donor one anyway, so this is going to be my donor one, depending on what's wrong with the others. Right, so first things first, I'm going to get my meter. And let's go across, because this LED, which is a light emitting diode, so what I'm thinking is, if I go on to diode test, maybe it might show something up. So with a diode I should be getting a reading one way, but not the other way. So these are all marked up negative and positive, you can see here. They've marked them up along here. And if you're interested, there's markings here, there you go. G9 3014 30 pieces PCB. And you can see a minus and a plus up here. Right, so I'm just going to go across, I'm on diode test, let's just go across one of them. Right, so that's not reading anything that way. Now I'm just going to swap the leads. Right, not reading anything that way either. Okay, I thought I would see... I'm on a different one now, I thought I would see something. Nope, nothing. Let me just go to normal ohms test. Nothing. Nothing. Right, okay, that's not successful. I thought that would show something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my bench power supply and I'm going to start putting voltage into each of the LEDs. Now I'm not sure what voltage I need, so I'm just going to start very, very low at like 1 volt and keep working my way up until I get something. So let's bring this over so you can see it here now. So let's turn it on at the back, and I'm going to be using the probes here. Let's turn that on, and let's go to let's just go to 1.5 just to begin with, and I'm going to go across one of them, black to negative, red to positive, until we get it lighting up. Okay, so there's nothing there. So let's go up to 2.5. Still nothing there. Let's go all the way up to 4. Nope, can't see anything. Going to go up to 5.5. Nope. Let's go up to 6.5. Still nothing. I mean, this could be a faulty LED, but it'd be unlikely. Let's go up to 7.5. There we go. Okay, excellent. So you can see it lighting up now. Actually, you might not be able to because it's so bright in here. Yeah. Let's go up to 8. Just want to see if it gets how much brighter it gets. Oh, nicely. Yeah, that's definitely getting bright now. Let's go up to 8.5. Yeah, really bright. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it back down to 8, and I'm just going to go across every single one and see if I find one that doesn't look right. So I'm going to start at this line here with the mastic on it. In fact, just before I do that, let me test the ones on top, because there's 2 on top. Yeah, that works. Now, on my sacrificing one, this one here, I want to see what happens if I put voltage in the wrong way round. So make sure that this one works, which it does. So now what happens if I swap the leads? Does it blow it? Right, okay, so I didn't hear a bang or anything. No, okay, so it doesn't appear to blow it. So even if I get that wrong, hopefully it won't cause too much damage. So we know that these 2 are working. Right, so I'm just going to be fast forwarding through it, and I'll show you when or if I find one. Right, straight away I found one there, and interestingly, look, it looks different than all the others. Can you see that there's a black dot just here? There. So I'm finding it so hard to see because all I can see is lights in my eyes. But look, all the others work, this one doesn't, and there's a black dot there. Right, we'll look really closely at that later. Let's go across all the others. Right, well, I've gone across them all, and the only one that I can find which is faulty is the one with the black dot in it. So now, I did buy myself, I got myself a proper microscope, but what I did is, I got myself a real cheapy one, like a 30-something pound one, with a screen built into it, and I've been messing around with it today, and actually, you know what, it's not too bad. I don't know whether there's much room to actually solder underneath it, but let me get my camera on a different tripod, and let's have a look at the black one underneah the microscope here, and let's see what it looks like. Right, okay, so here it is here. If you do want me to do a review, I was tempted to do a review after I've tested this for a little while. If you want that, put it down in the comments and I might well do it, because I found it hard to sort of get answers to everything I wanted to know. So if there's questions you want to know, put it down in the comments and I can always do a review on it. Basically, this thing here does record. The reason I'm recording it with my camera is because there's no audio on it, so it would take me a hell of a lot of editing to be able to put sound on it. Right, so you can see there that that is the one with the black dot in it, and it actually looks burnt in the middle. So now let's start to go right in. So we can see what it looks like close up. Yeah, it's burnt right through it, look. See if we can get any closer. Right, so that is the closest I can get. And you can see there's a hole in it. Let me see what happens if I zoom in like this. Right, okay, so as you can see, it looks like it's burnt right the way into it, which is pretty interesting. So you can see how zoomed in that is now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use my sacrifice one, because look, it's marked up minus and plus, and also I don't need to worry, because if I put the voltage in the wrong way, then it's not going to blow anyway. So I can just measure it when the LED's off the board here, and then so I know which way to put it on. So even if my tweezers do slip or whatever, I've got no danger. I'm going to get my soldering tweezers. I'm going to heat this up here. I'm going to take one of these off and pop it on here and see if we have a working one. I think that would be quite interesting, and then I can fault find the other one we've got. So let me get set up with the soldering tweezers. Okay, I've got the tweezers set up nice and warm. I've got the helping hands holding it, and yeah, I'm ready to take that dodgy one off now. Not going to use any flux just yet, because I'm only taking this one off. Ooh, I don't really think... Do you know what? I'm going to struggle. I'm going to struggle to get them off the other board. Mind you, I've got loads to play with, haven't I? I'm wondering how I'm going to take it off the other one, because if I use normal soldering iron, it's not really... I think it's just going to melt it all. Because I have to kind of do both sides at the same time. And the pads are very big on underneath. I have actually got that one off now. So what we'll do, let's just add a tiny little bit of solder to it. I'm going to get a bit of braid there, I put a bit too much on. Yeah, I think here I'm definitely going to use flux. Now it looks like these are all wired up in series, so I suppose that's why if one breaks, they all end up breaking. They all end up, sorry, not working. But I'm wondering, you probably could just put a blob of solder on there and it might well work, because you're just continuing on the you know, it's just like a longer wire, isn't it? Right, let's take one off the broken one now. Now this might take me many goes. Actually, it's easier on this because I can actually clamp onto, I don't have to clamp onto the bit that's wobbling. Let's put a little bit of flux on and see if it helps one of them come off. Now I suppose I better check that the one I'm taking off does work. So I'm thinking about doing this one here. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's see if now that completely melts it or not. Maybe I'll have to use a soldering iron rather than the tweezers, because the tips on these are very big. Remember, I've got loads to mess around with anyway. No, right, I've definitely ruined that one. How am I going to get these off? I think I might just go with the soldering iron. Let me put the soldering iron on instead. I might have much better luck with it, because the tip's finer. I thought they would come off easy. Right, there's loads of flux around here still, so let's just use the one next to it. Just see if that's still working. Yeah. Okay, same 400 degrees, but I don't know whether it is at the tip yet, but let's just start seeing if it will do anything. No, just snap that one in half. Wow, this is proving quite difficult. Right, let's go to the one above it. I won't bother testing it. I'll just see if I can get it off. Luckily, I think there's 30 pieces here, so I'm hoping that out of 30 I should be able to get one off. I wonder, would hot air just melt it completely? No, I'm just burning away the plastic from the edge. No, broken that one as well. Wow, okay, I really thought that I would be able to do this, but now I'm losing faith. The one I take off, the successful one, I'll probably notice afterwards will have a black dot in it. Right, okay, well, look, let me try hot air. I'm almost certain the hot air is going to ruin everything. But if I've just put flux on that one, let's give it a go. I've got it set to 400 and I'm going to be 4 out of 8. Sorry, I've gone out of camera shot. Right, so I'm going to be doing this one here. Now there's flux on it. Yay, I took it off. I took it off. And the pads look nice and clean underneath, so it looks like hot air is the way to go. Right, let's move that away just for a moment. And now let's see if I can test, where is it? Let's see if I can test this one here. Yes, okay. So the left hand side, no, let's turn it round. No, it lit up for a second. Ah, you don't think I've blown it, do you? 8 volts with nothing else on it, because maybe before it's going through all the other ones. No, there we go. Right, so the positive is on the left hand side. So now let's get our one here, and the positive is going to be on the left hand side, so it's going to be like this, like that. So I'm going to put some flux on it, and I wonder, should I try to do this with hot air again? I suppose I should really, shouldn't I? Let's zoom in. Right, I'm going to try and do this without the helping hands, I think. So I'm going to heat it up to begin with, and then try to put the LED on it. Right, annoyingly I just dropped the LED, so I need to measure it again. Okay. Do you know what? I think that's on. I think that's on. Yeah, I'd say that's on. Right, let me give it a clean up with a bit of IPA. There's a bit of damage to the PCB underneath it, but it's not going over to the next one. And I wonder if they're all in series anyway. I wonder, is it just negative, positive, negative, positive? Is it just going along up here? Right, let's have a look now and see if it's going to light up or not. So we'll try the one above it. Yeah. Yeah. And the one below it, and this one up here. Yeah. Okay, well look, it's different than it was before. It's still very hot at the moment. I think, rather than testing it all, I think just temporarily, let's just put this on here, like that, and let's just see if we have anything out of the light, and then I can put some glue on it. As I say, I don't think I would be putting these on lights just in case. I wouldn't want them to actually, burn the house down. It's just kind of more out of curiosity, really. Right, let's pop that one in here. Okay, I've got my fingers well clear, it's not plugged in. Now I'm going to plug it in. Here we go, I'm going to turn it on. Look at that. Success! Result! An LED brought back from the dead. Let me turn the lights off so you can see how bright it really is. There you go. Right, let's turn it off and on. Fantastic! So one LED out of the 30, because they were in series, caused it to fail. Right, I am going to put some super glue on that, and then I'm going to try and fault find the next one. Right, so I've got some super glue. I'm just going to put it all the way around the edge. And I'm just going to leave that to harden. Right, okay, let's move on with the next one now. So now we kind of got more knowledge of it. The next one should be a lot quicker. So we're going to be working on this one here. So first of all, I'm going to have a look around and see if I can see any black dots. Which I can. I can see a black dot. Just one, just here. Don't really know if that's coming across in the film, but just here. Okay, so let's test that one first of all. So again, we're on 8 volts. No, there's nothing there. Right, let's go to one above it. Yeah. No. Yeah. And yes. So I'm going to do that one. Let me just go across all the others just quickly, fast forward through. As you can see, that is the only faulty one. So again, I'm going to use hot air. I don't think I'm going to use the helping hand. I'm going to use some flux. Let's see if this one comes off easier. I'm just going to put flux all the way around it. Because the thing is, the pads are so big at the bottom and there's only a tiny bit showing, so you kind of need to go all the way around it. Right, let's zoom right in again. I've got my air set 4 out of 8 and at 400 degrees. You can really see the black dot clearly now on the camera, can't you? Well, I can see the solder going shiny, so it should be coming off now. There we go. Lovely. And the LED's a mess, but look at the pads, they look absolutely fine. So now we're going to put a bit of flux on here for the next one. Put that to one side. Let's get the other one back. And let's just pick another one. I've gone the other side of the board now, so it's not quite so sticky. Yeah, let's do that one there. Right, there's no point in me adding leaded solder to it, because if you see, there's just hardly any solder actually showing, so I don't really think that's going to make much difference in this instance. There we go. Right, I'm not going to move that. And I'm just going to put it straight on here. Hold on 1 second, I'm not in camera shot. That's the problem when you're zoomed right in. That's done. That is done. So let it cool, clean it, and then we can test that one. Right, okay, let's test this one and see what this one does. So again, I've got this unplugged at the moment. I'm going to put it in here and zoom out. Let's turn some of the lights off. I'm going to plug it in now and I'm going to turn it on. Brilliant. Again, working. So just one faulty LED out of the 30 was making that one go bad. Right, turn it off, unplug it, and use my pliers to take it out because I haven't glued it. Right, let's glue this one up. Okay, so that's them two. That was the donor one, so we've got two working, and this one here. Now, I did have a look at this one, and although it is working, I have seen a black dot. So let me zoom right in just to show you. If you have a look right here, you can see that there's a little black dot. So I'm wondering when this gets hot, if it starts to fail. So I'm just going to go across, because this was definitely working. You've seen it light up earlier. Let me just see if this one here is going to light up. Yeah. Okay, I wonder if is it as bright as the one next to it? Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm going to leave that one, but I think that will probably, I must have taken it out for a reason. I'm wondering if when it starts to heat up, that black one starts to fail, and then it probably was flickering or something, and that's why I changed it out. But I'm not going to do anything with that for the moment, so I can leave that one and that one there. So that's it. So these two look like they are now fixed. So let's pop them back in the light. One there and one here. Let's plug it in. It'll probably blow now. Look at that, how good is that? Well, do you know what? What a nice, not a simple, well no, it is a simple fix. When you use the hot air, that does turn out to be a simple fix. So, would I have the confidence to use these? Wow, do you know what? I would be tempted. I'll tell you what, you put it down in the comments below what you think. I mean, the first one was a bit dodgy, the way I took it off, but that second one went very smoothly. It didn't look like there was any damage, any real damage to it. So I think by using hot air, I mean, would that be dangerous? Because you're just dealing with the kind of like low voltage side of it, aren't you? Obviously you're gluing it back together, but using super glue might be just as strong as what they did originally. Might even be stronger, I don't know. I mean, they were... I've had it before with these lights where you go to pull them out naturally, and with the G9 sometimes they do grip a little bit in the fitting and then use a bit of force, and sometimes the plastic comes off anyway. But it's interesting to know that really they are repairable. Whether anybody would want to repair them or not, I don't know. But I'm just saying now, I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but look, I've got all these spare. I now know how to take them off using hot air. So in theory, ones that you would be thrown away could probably be fixed once, twice, maybe 3 times. So then you might actually get 5, 6, 7 years out of your lights. I really don't know. Maybe now these might last for ages. Maybe that was a kind of badly manufactured LED on both of them. I really don't know. But anyway, I still think it's quite interesting. So now in future what I'm going to do is, as soon as I take the light down, I'm just going to look for black dots all the way around it, and if I find a black dot, then I know that that's probably going to be it. Either that, or I suppose when we had them plugged in initially, they did all look like they were glowing. To me, it looks like the black dot is where they blow. So whatever's in there, that very thin piece of wire, or however the LED works, that very thin piece of wire must burn and then kind of burn that little yellow coating or something like that. Well, I thought I'd be brave and try it out. As you can see, it just flashed on there for a second. And unfortunately, it stayed on for about 2 minutes and then went off. And now what it's doing is, when I take it out and put it back in, sometimes it will work for a few seconds, then go out. I can just leave it like that, and all of a sudden it will flash on for a couple of seconds and then stay off again for another couple of minutes. Really, really weird. There you go. And as soon as I put another light in there, it works all the time. And look, it's not a bad connection. That's not loose. There's always that sideways wiggle there. And you know, top to bottom, there's no wiggle. I've tried taking it out, putting it in the other way. I've tried bending the pins slightly. So yeah, obviously it's not a successful fix. Now, the other one is holding its own at the moment. Where is the other one? No, the other one's in the other room. So the other one appears to be working okay at the moment, but saying that, I could go in there now and it's probably not going to be working. So yeah, really weird. Why is that? I mean, there was one definite blown LED on there and I've replaced it. Why? Could it be that there was some sort of surge, or maybe a component on the inside failed and then it pushed, it sort of had a surge and it decided to knock out that particular LED rather than the others? And now by replacing that, the component on the inside is still faulty, and maybe when it heats up, it goes wrong? I really don't know. If you know the answer to that, please add it to the comments below. I was sure that was going to fix it because I found a blown LED, changed the LED, and now it's working on the meter. But obviously now, as soon as I connect it up to 240 volts, it's playing up. You can see there. And that's really strange behavior, because I think before, when they fail, they kind of flicker on and off. But this is literally just kind of like off completely, and then once a minute or so it will just light up very bright, as you've seen a few times just while I'm talking. The other thing I don't understand is, if these are LEDs, which are light emitting diodes, why are they not being picked up on my meter on diode test? And out of curiosity, I tried another meter just off camera and it's not being picked up on that meter either. So why are these not behaving like normal diodes? Is it because it's out of the range of my meter? I really don't know. But unfortunately, it went from I thought being a good fix to no, I don't think it is a fix. So would it be worth you attempting this at home? No, I don't really think it would be, unless people in the comments know the answer, and then you can read the comments, and then that might make more sense. But yeah, for me personally, I won't be trying to fix these again in the future, because it doesn't look like it's a successful way of doing it. But still, it was entertaining for the very short amount of time that it lasted. So if you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe for more trying to fix videos. Take care, bye now.